Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in feeling good after back-to-back victories.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on the season.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone.
So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, accentuate the positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're a running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down.
Now, these two teams, they met up way back in the season opener, and it was the visiting Texans who came away with a victory. So they'll look to take the season series if they can win here in Houston.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go. McClain. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27. Pierce. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It goes as a gain of 9, and it moves the chains. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage is?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
First and 10, it's Pierce.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40.
The numbers on the ground for Pierce last week.
20 carries, 111 for yards, and a touchdown.
And the way they ran the ball last week's game has to be satisfying to their entire staff, because they're seeing not just a back gain big yardage, but they're seeing an offensive line really in sync.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A gain of 28 yards there and give him the first down.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs, in this case the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. 2nd and 9 now.
That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. The kick by Bass is good. And it's now 3-0 Texans.
Well, given where they started that opening drive, CD, I think to get 3 out of it, probably a pretty good start that they'll take.
I think you're exactly right about that because they just shook off the effects of the kickoff in field position and took the ball, moved it downfield. Didn't pay off with a touchdown, but that drive, that was really nice for them, and they did come away with 3 points.
So here are the Jags now set to get their first drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
And it felt like it watching the game tape. He got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it because they ran the ball some. They threw it accurately. 1 touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
They start the drive on the ground. It's Williams. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll look to throw here. That's out to Hill, right side complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
And second and 10, he'll look to throw again. And he slings one that's incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a third and 10. Now back to throw. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that's going to bring up a fourth down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. On fourth down, on is Logan Cook to punt. He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback.
Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season, right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield creating extra blocks for him.
They really are. Everyone's been doing their job so far to create those holes.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the
Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Josh Allen has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
So that time, Charles, a quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And this one hits at the 1, continues on into the end zone for a touchback. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
The numbers for Hill a week ago. Just a really crisp, clean effort. Well over 100 yards receiving.
But didn't you feel like he needed a hug when we talked with him this week?
Oh, because he wanted the touchdowns.
He wanted the touchdowns. He was all depressed after that performance. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You were brilliant. He's like, yeah, but I didn't get in the end zone. He must have heard from the fantasy players on that one.
First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Well, a pretty move couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Now he lets it go deep for Kirk. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now to punt this one away. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Texans to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. They go again with Pierce. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. He'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Back to throw. That's underneath to Pierce. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Well, this defense for the Jags, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And what keyed their victory? The pass rush. Got to the quarterback 6 times for sacks, and plenty of other turbulence in the pocket for him as well. Hard to throw the ball downfield when all you're seeing is opposing jerseys come at you.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And a short gain down to about the 33. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. And he is going to have a Texans 1st down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And Pierce gets it again on second down. And he is close to a first down as he's tackled at the Jaguars 16. 45 yards on the ground for him so far.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
This a 33-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. They are still in search of their first points in the ball game, but only down 6-0 as they begin with a first down. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And that is incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
They'll drop the throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. This is taken at the 15. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
Well, now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And Pierce gets it again on second down.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback.
Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over.
The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down.
Well, this is an awfully tough route to defend in man coverage, because he lines up on the right and then runs a crossing route back to the other side of the field. So as a defender, you're not only trailing him the whole way, you're also looking out for your own guys to make sure you don't get yourself picked off, and then you can't catch up in time to prevent the completion.
They'll try the jet sweep with Kirk, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively or even defensively for that matter. They can use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
Cook now on to punt as he gets this one away.
And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Pierce takes it straight ahead.
Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Corey Bojorquez to punt this thing away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is brought in at the 21. And yet again, a good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Gets this one to Hill. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. On 2nd down, Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
They stick to the ground game on 1st down. It's Williams. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. He'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's 1st sack of the game.
And that's their 1st sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Here's Logan Cook now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 51 yards on the punt there.
And the Texans will take over. Dameon Pierce taking the field with the rest of the Texans offense.
He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the 2nd quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Here's 2nd and 8. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. He'll drop to throw. He's going deep for Brown. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go.
See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this off.
Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And they will score a pick six for the Texans TD. A big play there by the rookie. An interception followed by the return for 6 points.
If you want to be accepted by your teammates and coaching staff, make plays like that.
Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And he's got it to make it now 13-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. They begin the drive with Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction. Brings up second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He is going to find Hill here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw.
Finding Williams on the check down.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 2nd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. This is caught. It's Kirk. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
And one more time, here's Kirk.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
2nd and 2.
Back to throw again. Looking middle, and that's complete. Touchdown, Jaguars. DJ Chark, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Jags get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Offense back out there along with Dameon Pierce.
And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Going up top. He's got a man complete. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Looking to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
The Jaguars ready to go on offense for the final time in this first half.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a slant to Hill.
Now a signal and a timeout call, as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. They'll look to throw here on first down.
He'll drop this down to Williams.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman.
Message received here. No need to wait. We're going to skip halftime and get right back to the action. Here comes the third quarter.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They try the left side here with Williams. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Williams.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Williams. And he'll be brought down right on the 50. A gain of 3. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now. They'll boot it away from about his 35. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 20.
64 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
First down, they go right back to Pierce.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Back to throw.
That's underneath to Pierce.
And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Pierce now up the middle.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, McClain. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Give to Pierce.
And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. They'll try the left side. McClain, and he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And his throw here is incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Now a handoff for Pierce.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So that potentially a turning point here this third quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick six.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense, delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
Elliott on for the extra point. And it's good. It cuts it to 2. 16-14 our score. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
And now out comes Houston.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And they'll make it 3rd and 13.
Time to give them credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that'll bring up 4th down. The Texans send the punter out as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. They give it to Williams, running right. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. They have the first down with that gain of 4 yards.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this running game, or should I say lack of one, is making this defense look better than what they really are.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Now back to throw. Catch made. It's Moreau. So the completion good for 7 there. That brings up 3rd and 5 now. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Out route to Hill, complete.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Now a man who's been busy this afternoon, it's Williams. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4, 2nd down. Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. In search of 8 yards on 3rd down. They've already converted 2 of these on this drive, 2 for 2. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Hill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. He's up now to 80 yards receiving in the ball game, and he's got a 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. From here, the field goal would be 55 yards. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So he waited on the sideline for his first chance in the ball game, and it didn't come until the 4th quarter, but he connects there. A big one to give him the lead.
Boy, you talk about coming in cold. I don't care how many times you kick it into a net. You're not really ready when you go out there and all that beef is coming at you trying to block the kick. Big spot, and he delivers.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going? Crashed down inside and tackled him for a loss.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. And Pierce gets it again on 2nd down. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 94 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They'll set up a throw. Gets the dump off to Pierce. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. 2nd and 3. He finds his man, complete. That's Baker. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
And how about that, partner? That happened in a hurry. Sudden, explosive, gets into the backfield and spills the play.
And he was AFC Defensive Player of the Week last week because of plays just like that. After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete. The Texans send the punter out as they're forced to kick for the sixth time today. And not what he was hoping for there, as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Linebacker Patrick Queen bringing him down. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. This is Chenault on the receiving end. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 11 yards there for Jacksonville and a first down as well.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the fourth quarter.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Up the middle, it's Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
They go play action here on first down. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. His throw incomplete. Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Back to throw again. And now another one thrown incomplete. Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
And the football going back over now to the Houston Texans. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. Takes it to about the 37. This a 2nd and 7 from the 37.
They'll drop to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He's got Brown on the out route complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches.
I don't care how many times we say it, I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Trayvon Walker charges in there hard and drops him for a loss of 12 from that outside linebacker position.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. And he comes back with one complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's 4th down.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. And off the crossbar, and it kicks back out. Needed maybe a foot or two, but it's no good as it stands. And that'll keep this a 1-point game. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time the break goes against him.
The Jaguars getting set to go. And this game not quite over yet, and we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They'll try and run down some clock with Williams. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Here's Logan Cook now as he's on to punt for Jacksonville. This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. So now the Texans down by 1. 1:36 to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on 1st down. Back to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. It's hurry-up mode time for the Texans, hustling up to the line. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that is incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
They'll look to throw. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 14. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as he'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. Bit of a pressure spot here for Tyler Bass. This to almost certainly win the football game. And his kick is indeed good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. And you know, in an era of cost-cutting and maximizing your roster, this is a club that does not skimp on special teams, and in these situations, it pays dividends.
And that's great vision by the organization. When the difference between winning or losing depends on who you have kicking the ball, would you rather have a street free agent out there or a solid pro like this? Answer's pretty evident to me.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
So the game will continue for at least 1 more play.
Cannot finish a game on a defensive penalty. That's why they get 1 more untimed attempt.
And his kick is good. And the Jaguars have won the game.
But Charles, we were treated to an excellent game today, capped off by that second half comeback. This was a joy to watch.
Entertaining for us. Not so much to the team who led at halftime. And now is leaving here, knowing that they let a win slip through their fingers. Tough one for them to carry home.
So for the Jaguars, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll have another road date next week with the Los Angeles Rams. Meanwhile, for the Texans, the loss will move them back to 3-2 on the year. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.